You want to retire early? You want to become a millionaire? What if I told you there's only 3 things you need to do? Well, in this video, we'll go over those 3 things that you need to do right away to make your way to financial freedom and become a millionaire by the time you retire. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is not a get-rich scheme. If you're looking for that, this is not your video. Go ahead and skip out of this video. What I'm about to tell you, it takes time, takes effort, and it's not about timing the market, but spending time in the market. So the things that are offered through your employer is called 401k or 403b, depending on what kind of organization you work for. For those, you can also open your own individual retirement account or IRA. You can open those with Vanguard, Fidelity, what have you. There's many out there, the fiduciary companies that are looking out for your best interests. So we'll do a live recording on my individual selections or asset allocations for my 401k through my employer. According to CNBC and Naked, nearly half Americans say they live check to check. So let's change that. We'll open up a 401k through Fidelity here, through a step-by-step process. We'll click begin here. And here's the differences between pre-tax dollars and Roth IRA. We'll go through both of these. So pre-tax dollars, it's money saved through your employer by taking money from your checking account and put it into a tax-deferred account. And Roth IRA, you kind of use post-tax dollars to invest into the stock market. So what you see me doing is put 4% into my retirement account, but the employer only matches half of what I contribute, up to 4% of my salary. What that means is if I make $50,000, they only contribute up to $2,000, which is 4% of my salary. Next, it's going to ask me how do I want to contribute by target date time, or do I want to increase annually by the program's timeline. We're going to click continue here. Let's see what that does. Now we can select manage account, or we want to do a target date fund, and I'll go through some of these, what the difference are. So managed funds does require an active account broker to manage your funds. It does require some fees to be paid to them. So what a target date fund is, you set a specific year you want to retire, and based on the algorithm on the retirement account, it'll give you certain assets for you to invest in to reach that retirement date. For examples, we'll show you some selected target date funds. We'll click on here. And let's randomly select one of these, 2065 Fidelity Freedom here. And here's the different funds that's located within each of these target date funds. As you can see here, there's U.S. equities, non-U.S. equities, bonds. So there's a whole different mixture of assets that's contained within this target date fund. Just be aware these do have fees at 0.75% management fee. 0.75% for management fee is a lot when you have like $100,000, $200,000 times 0.75, so it equals to a lot of money. So this from Fidelity, so different management funds, target date funds. So the one on the right is the target date fund, the one on the left is personalized managed funds. So there's personalization in that one on the left column, and then there's associated fees with each one, but we're going to select our own here. So we're going to select our own investment stocks here. So the best thing that, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, but the Fidelity Index Fund kind of tracks 500 the biggest, largest companies in the indices. So basically their profit is. So it kind of tracks the S&P 500 pretty closely, as you can see that little graph here with the yellow and, the red and blue. So it does a good job of doing that. And then for a small fee that they're charging at 0.014 is actually pretty good. Again, this is not personal finance consultation or advice. This is what I'm just picking for my retirement account. So don't copy what I do here. I'm just providing an example for at least entertainment or educational purposes for this video here. So we're going to select all that. It has to equal 100. So I'm just trying to figure out in each of these funds, the Fidelity Treasury Market Fund here, they do charge a nominal fee here, almost 1%, I want to say. And we're going to make this until it hits about 100%. We're going to submit. We're going to click continue here. Again, these are the assets I've chosen is not the right ones, so don't copy what I do. Submit there. So you can change your contribution anytime. So you just go on the website, change contribution amount, and you can change it to 0 to 14, 18 like I have it here. I said don't do what I do, it's just the way I'm doing things with my personal finance. Lastly, minors can have a 401k. You just have to meet these requirements based on Google's account there. Next up is you want to open a high yield savings account, and we're going to go through what that is and what kind of tax implication that may have if you have such an account. So what is a high yield savings account? Based on Investopedia, here's the key points to take away. Basically, you're investing money into an account where they give you some money for putting money in there. You will not get this from any other bank, but other companies like American Express, Capital One, and SoFi will offer these high interest rates to have money in their account so that we can basically use your money to give it to other people to borrow. But at that exchange partnership, they give you a higher interest rate. Based on this video alone, they were offering $300 up front if you put a deposit through SoFi, so this may not be relevant during this recording. Next up is American Express. They do offer 4.25% for opening up a high yield savings account with them. Using my link in the description below helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. At the time of recording, they're offering that much. They also say there's a calculator you can utilize on their website to figure out how much you can make through using a high yield savings. Last but not least is saving for your kids' college education through a 529 college plan on some sort of college savings plan. But more specifically, we're going to look at the 529 plan offered by your state college advantage savings account, like a 529. So here are some questions. Unfortunately, I'm late to the game with the college thing, but I'm actually on point with as far as retirement for my IRA. So the question I asked Google was, can I still open a 529 when my child is already in college? So the question popped up, and this was from MIFA.org. And what they said, it's never too late to start a savings for college, no matter how old you are. You can always take advantage of tax benefits. So you can still open 529, and it's not just for parents, anybody else. And there's some more questions. Can I start a 529 already in college? And the answer is never too late. So some basic methods here. You can click on this. This is from the educationplan.com. And I'll leave a link in the description below for these sites. You know, you're going to have to talk to your tax advisor. 529 plans, from what I understand, is state-based. So based on the state you live, lifetime contribution limits anywhere from $235 up to $500,000, depending on your state. It's tax deferred. We talked about earlier, oversight, and the account remains at the donor, not the beneficiary. If your child decides not to go to a traditional college or trade school, you can use that to kind of transfer it over. The head of wealth management goes on to say that even if you're saving a lump sum in 529 continue monthly $300 contribution to a child turns 18, you can still add those savings. So my account is with Fidelity, so let's get into nitty gritty and open up a 529. So it's the difference in custodial U2 and individual 529. UGMA or UTA is a irrevocable gift to the minor, and you may not change the beneficiary control of the account. She must be transferred to the beneficiary as an adult. We're going to go ahead and open up a 529 account. I'm going to click here and choose the individual if you want to maintain control of the account regardless of beneficiary's age. Basic custodial means you hold it until they're 18, versus individual, which means you control everything regardless of the beneficiary's age. So we're going to choose next. And then who will be the savings for. So based on the residency of your default 521 is called the U Fund College Investing, which is part of Massachusetts. However, you feel you benefit from another Fidelity management, please select it below. So there's Connecticut, there's education savings, but U Fund is what we're going to choose. Investing, select a investment strategy both for your initial future contribution. Once your account is open, the asset location can be only updated twice per year calendar if you assign a new beneficiary. You can choose in different options here. So Massachusetts portfolio, Fidelity index funds. I just recommend an index fund. If you like these type of videos where I talk about personal finance, the big threes, houses, cars, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. It costs you nothing. It helps the channel grow and it helps the community of like-minded people like yourself. I appreciate every single one of you watching these videos because you believe personal finance is achievable. And we can only do that being open and honest with ourselves and watch these kind of videos and bringing ourselves to a better community. I'll see you next video.